We've been battered for it, we've been embarrassed, and is it completely over? It looks like it. Liverpool 0, Atalanta 3. Wow, who saw that one coming? Walking into this game, I was hoping Liverpool would get a scoreline of that sort of calibre to ensure that second leg we could maybe rest some players ahead of a huge crunch of fixtures. I think we play 4 away games in the space of 9 days, starting with our second leg against Atalanta and then 3 Premier League games to follow. And with huge title run in, it was really, really important that we came out, we got the job done, kept it tidy, got a nice comfortable win to take into the second leg and allow us to make some changes and just put us in good stead to get through to the semi-finals. What did we do? We capitulated instead. By far the worst performance, I think, of the season. Got to be up there with one of the worst performances under Jurgen Klopp in his time at Liverpool. And it was just shambolic from start to finish. It was, don't get me wrong, it was an end-to-end game. There was a lot of chances for both sides. You look back at that first half in particular where we go into half-time 1-0 down. And it's a really, really poor goal that we concede. Kelleher really's got to save that first goal from Scamacca. But to Kelleher's aid, he makes 2 huge saves at either side of the half as well to stop Atalanta getting more goals. But then on our end, Darwin Nunez misses an absolute sitter put through on goal. He just rushes it again. This is the one thing with him sometimes. He's just so reckless with it. And again, it comes to him and he just doesn't take that moment to compose himself. He thrashes a shot wide when he's got a gaping goal in front of him. And then Harvey Elliott hits the crossbar and post with the same shot, kind of deflects off both. And again, it's these kind of fine margins in games that, those go in and suddenly the game can be flipped on its head. And we're maybe talking about an entirely different game, but they don't happen. We don't progress from those in the second half. It was one of those days where everything worked for Atalanta. It was perfectly executed on their end and it was really dismal on ours. But the overall problem with this is just not having any level of control in the game whatsoever. Now, I don't expect Liverpool to really be at the level of Manchester City or Arsenal in terms of control, to the point where it's almost being called boring at times, where they're so in control of games where they take some of the excitement out because it's just pass, really slow the game down at times, hold huge amounts of possession and just bore your opponent to death almost to, at some point they cave and a gap appears and you take your opportunity and be ruthless like that. Part of what makes Liverpool so attractive on the eye to watch is that kind of chaotic, more open attacking play. But that's not a way to go about it all the time. There has to be moments of composure. There has to be moments of just having that stranglehold on your opponent, particularly, and no offense to Atalanta, but particularly an opponent of Atalanta level. Like, if we want to be Liverpool, the side chasing a Premier League title, the side, one of the greatest in Europe and England, one of these most feared teams, you've got to be taking these games to your opponent. You've got to have them really, really backed against the wall. Anfield blaring as well, off the level of performance that you're putting out there, because I can't lie, as famed as Anfield is for its atmosphere, we as Liverpool fans, we feed off the emotion of the game. And if it's really, really frustrating, if you're giving up so many clear-cut opportunities to your opponent, you can't expect the crowd to just save you and to deliver and to uproar Liverpool onto the comeback always. We've seen it many times this season where we can see the first goal and we flip it on its head. We get that special moment and then the crowd gets up and lifts them. There was no special moment today, unfortunately. It almost came with Salah scoring in the second half, an arrow offside ruling that out. But we can't rely on a big moment to just suddenly spur it and flip it on its head. We have to have that control. And ultimately, if we want to win the league, we're going to need that very, very fast, because there's 7 games to go in the league. We can't really afford to drop points. We need to get to that Liverpool of 2018-19, 19-20, where even 21-22, where we can just ride out 7-8 wins in a row and just start to wipe some teams away. And yeah, as for this one, it was just dismal. The one player I do want to shout out today, well, 2 players. First, Kelleher, I will say, makes a huge mistake for the Atalanta first goal. He should be saving that. The other 2 he can maybe do a bit better on, but I think that one's more to the defence and the way we were just cut open so easy. Second goal, Atalanta scores well, by the way. Absolutely no marking on the guy, but Kelleher makes some big saves in the first half, another in the second half as well. And yeah, so I think it just balances out the awful mistake in the first. And I think overall he's had a decent game. But the one in particular I want to shout is Cody Gakpo. I think he's the one player who can probably come out of that game with their head held high, as he's someone we've criticised a lot lately. But we have to give him his flowers when he deserves it. Today, he was pretty tidy in possession. He was creating some of the best chances, I felt. And yeah, he looked like he was in a game. The rest of them were just well off it. I can't name a single other player. Then, like I say, a bit of credit to Keller, but I can't name another player where I really think they've earned themselves any praise off the back of this. And that sucks, man. It was really not the Liverpool we've been used to seeing under Jurgen Klopp, even this season. So hopefully they dust themselves off. They pick themselves up again for Palace on Sunday. We got to snap into it because it's been a run of games now since before the international break where it was mostly not killing games off, but we kept our opponents alive. And tonight, it was more than just that. Atalanta really gave us a proper game and we just let them overrun us. They took their chances, we didn't take ours, and we just weren't up to the level, up to the standard, the pace of the game the way they were. And we've been battered for it, we've been embarrassed, and is it completely over? It looks never know with Liverpool. We are capable of that massive European comeback. Of course, the second leg is in Italy. It's not going to be under the lights of Anfield. There won't be a special Anfield European night there. But the last time we played them in 2020 was in the Champions League. We won 5-0 at their ground, actually. Diogo Jota hat-trick. We're going to now need something similar. So, of course, I will hope for it. We will believe in it. We'll go into that game almost as a fresh slate, as we do as Liverpool fans. We'll just get behind the team and hope for it again. But, yeah, the Premier League is the one we really want. And now tonight's performance was really worrying on that front. But Palace on Sunday, turn it around again and give us Liverpool fans hope. Let me know your thoughts on the game in the comments below. How stunned are you by that performance? I mean, fair play to Atalanta. Just applaud to them because they were absolutely incredible. Scamacca looks shattered at the end, but brilliant from him. Brace from the former West Ham man who, I mean, they could have done with someone like him up top. They were struggling against Leverkusen tonight. Not a good night for the English sides in the Europa League. I think Villa held on to a win on theirs, but yeah, I couldn't care less. I'm focused on Liverpool. I really need us to pick up the performances because Klopp, his final season, it cannot end like this with just the League Cup. A trophy's a trophy. I would hope they throw him a parade regardless so we can say goodbye to him properly. But come on, Liverpool, we've got to step up massively. We want that Premier League title more than anything. If we can make a massive comeback in the Europa League and do that too, so be it. I'd be there. But yeah, performance is first and foremost. We're going to get punished if they don't improve rapidly. But yeah, let me know your thoughts below. And until the next one, take care.